When leaders confuse emotion for leadership, when impulse becomes policy, when the line between governance and vengeance fades. The reports reached him through a diplomatic backchannel. President Trump had imposed unilateral sanctions against a Brazilian Supreme Court justice, not for crimes against humanity, not for violations of international norms, but for overseeing a case against Trump's ideological twin, Jair Bolsonaro. The message, though wrapped in legal language, was clear. Trump was using American power not as a shield for the weak, but as a sword for personal loyalty. And to Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who had risen not through privilege but through war, discipline, and sacrifice, it was a chilling echo of the very systems his revolution had fought against. John Bolton's warnings echoed louder in Traoré's ears than they did in Western press circles. It wasn't about whether Trump was right or wrong. It was about discipline. The kind of discipline Traoré had seen collapse empires. He had learned long ago that leadership wasn't about saying what you feel, it was about knowing when to say nothing. A president who has no filter, no strategic restraint, no one willing to tell him no, that was not strength. That was erosion. Traoré called for a private session with his top advisors in the war room. Today it's a Brazilian judge, he said. Tomorrow, it could be an African leader who refuses to bow. He explained to them that America, under Trump's second term, was shifting away from diplomacy into something darker, selective punishment under the guise of presidential privilege. We must not mistake unpredictability for power, he said. He instructed his intelligence unit to begin mapping all African political figures who had taken strong anti-colonial stances. If the world's most powerful office can be used to punish ideology, he warned, then every independent voice is at risk. Meanwhile, in the West, Trump's allies defended him, saying he was only doing what he promised, using federal tools to defend his own, voicing his thoughts without filters. To many Americans, that bluntness was refreshing. To Captain Traoré, it was dangerous. When leaders speak without thought, he said, they don't just start fires. They erase fire breaks. A week later, Traoré gave a rare international address broadcast across Africa and replayed by major networks globally. His tone was not combative, it was surgical. No man, no matter how powerful, he began, should have the right to shape the fate of another nation based on personal loyalty. He didn't name Trump directly. He didn't need to. He spoke of empires built not on wisdom but on ego, and how those empires always fell, leaving only ruin behind. He recalled how colonial generals